spin.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Bethany. Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us again today for our Christmas in July. I don't even know what day it is. Christmas in July day
4. It's the 24th.
Day 4. Is it the 20 today? Day 4.
It's Thursday, Melody.
Thursday. Guys, I have to tell you, I don't know if any of you guys joined us for our sew along the other day on Tuesday. But at the end of the sew along, Bethany was like, "Are you sick? You sound kind of sick." And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I have allergies, but I'm good." No, guys, I was sick. I was sick, down for the count most of yesterday. And today I'm at the office here. The CutterPillar office is in Utah, and it's a little creepy here because I'm the only one, because it is a holiday in Utah and everything is shut down like it's the 4th of July. We had a parade.
But we're still going.
We're still going. We're still going. There's going to be fireworks tonight. There was a parade today.
Really?
Yeah. Like it is bigger than the 4th of July here in Utah on the 24th of July. The 24th of July is the day the Mormon settlers came into the Salt Lake Valley, the valley with the mountains and everything. Bethany's experienced it.
Yes.
And so there's like, it's crazy. I was afraid. Well, so there's different ways. It's the 24th of July.
Yeah, but sometimes
people call it Pioneer Day.
Yeah.
Sometimes people call it the Days of 47 because I think it was 1847 that they came in. There's a rodeo that happens because of it. There's fireworks everywhere tonight.
I feel like I'm missing out a little bit here, but
it's a crazy town celebration. Everybody barbecues. Everybody shoots fireworks in their yard and their driveway. We talked back on the 4th of July with Keisha about how she lives near a cul-de-sac and all their neighbors get together and buy pallets of fireworks for the 4th of July. But they always save half of them for the 24th of July and they shoot them off again on the 24th.
That's crazy.
So
when I first started working with the company and I learned about this holiday, I had to Google it because I'm in Tennessee. We don't celebrate it. So
no, it's just a state holiday, and a lot of things are open. Like national companies are open, but if it's like a state thing, closed. Closed. The banks are still open, but the liquor stores are closed.
I hadn't heard of it either, but now we all know.
Now you guys all know. I think it's an excuse to have another day off in the summertime.
Hey, there needs to be more holidays in the summer, in my opinion.
I think that wouldn't be a bad thing. Thank you, guys. Catherine, I see you. I just want you to know I did get your email yesterday. I have been sick, and I will respond. I promise. I saw it, and thank you for reaching out. Welcome for everybody joining us on our Christmas in July. We have had so much fun, and we're excited to tell you what the new deal of the day is.
Yeah, I mean, what I could do, Melody, is just there it is. I'm just gonna pop it up on the screen if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Just look at it together. And then we're gonna talk about it.
Is it? Yeah, because it should be, or it just went live on the site today.
It did.
Yeah.
So here it is. Here's our website where you can go to our Christmas in July information. And each day we've had a different deal, and it goes live and it stays live. So we have a new deal that starts every day. And they're all featured on our website. So obviously we started with our flip and fold deal, which is one of our hottest deals we've ever done. Day 2 was our mini glow with the travel tote as well. And then day 3 was the glow classic with the tote. And then today is day 4, and it's the glow premium 2 with the tote.
Yes.
So if any of these have ever been like sitting in your cart and you're like, I don't know, I'm waiting. I'm ready to pull the trigger, but I'm not sure. This is the time to do it because we're featuring different products every day, different deals every day. And today you can get up to 25% off this bundle. So what you're going to do is the product itself, the Glow Premium 2 and the tote are already 10% off. But if you add the code HOLIDAY, you'll get an extra 15% off. And I'm going to put that on the screen so you guys can remember that, because like I said, every day it's something different. And by the way, if you miss day 1, 2, or 3, you can still get those deals. Once they go live, they stay live through our holiday experience next week. So we're doing this week and next week, not over the weekend though. We're going to take some rest this weekend.
We're going to take a little time to rest this weekend. We're going to take a moment and not. But hello, Bonnie. Hello, Lori. Hello, everybody. We are so excited you guys are joining us today. I think I need to go to the eye doctor. My contact lenses aren't so great, but
okay, so my right eye is blurry today. And at first I thought it was my glasses. And then I cleaned them and I'm like, So I don't know what's up with my eyes either.
Mine is too. I tend to, when I wake up in the morning, I like scroll through Instagram and read my emails and stuff. And I lay down on one eye, like it gets bumped weird. And that
kind of close one and then
it takes a couple hours to ease back into normal. Hello, Eileen. And did you notice we have someone from Liverpool, UK? Thank you so much.
Amazing. Amazing.
I've been trying to look for an excuse to go back to the UK. Like I've been trying to figure something out. I think we need
to go
find a show or something there that we have to go do.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say real quick, if you've missed any of our other lives, obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, you can go back and watch the replay on our YouTube channel. But if you go to the website, under the daily deal, there is a little box below it, and that's where you can click to go straight to the YouTube video. If you don't want to miss the next day's deal and the next day's live, you can always click on notify me on YouTube. When it opens up YouTube, there's that little bell. So if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you absolutely should. And then there's a little bell, and that bell just makes it so that YouTube notifies you whenever we do go live. And usually we go live like once a week or so, but we're doing a lot this week and next week. And that happens from time to time, or we have our big virtual events and all those kind of things. So you definitely want to be in the loop for that. So
yes.
Melody, you want to talk about the Glow Premium too?
I would love to know how many of you joined us yesterday for Bethany's presentation of our Glow Classic. Put a number 1 in the chat if you saw that yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was
sickly.
I was a little sickly. And I get so mad when I get sickly because I feel like, I got stuff to do. I can't do that. But let us know if you saw that. Because the Glow Classic and the Glow Premium are our 2 newest light boards. We've upgraded from our original light boards, the Glow Premium 1 and the Glow Basic. Those were our first original. The Basic was first. The Premium came second. And they are fantastic light boards. I still use my Basic at home all the time. I still use my original.
I have mine over here too.
Yes, all the time. And the Glow Classic that Bethany talked about yesterday and the Glow Premium 2 are the upgraded versions of those.
We just came out with those earlier this year. Like we launched them at our March virtual event.
Yeah.
And they've been really popular. And there's some, it's not like 1 or 2 little upgrades. Like we kind of did like an overhaul, and it was all feedback from our customers and from us using them over the years going, hey, how can we continue to improve upon what we're already doing really well, but how can we continue to make it better? And Melody, do you want to kind of show them some of those improvements that we've done?
I'm going to switch my camera here and I'm going to show you guys. So it's the same size as the original Glow Classic or the Glow. It's the same size as the Glow Classic. It's the same size as the original Glow Basic and the Glow Premium. So it's the same size. The first thing that you can tell that's different is the cutting mat that comes with these covers the entire board. Whereas the original ones had the cutting mat that just covered the lighted area where the grid is. And when you would use your rotary cutter, sometimes you would like flip off the edge. I have a whole lot of nicks in the edges of my Basic and Premium. They still work great, but there's a lot of nicks in them. So this covers the entire edge, which is great. A similar thing that's the same for both of them is all of the cutting mats on the back have this texture. I don't know if you can see that too well, but it has this texture on the back that keeps it from slipping around on the light board. So when you're using it, it's not going to move. Now, the new cutting mats that come with these light boards, it's the only way to get them right now with these light boards is there is a texture on the top as well. So I'm going to try to show you that texture on the top as well. That way it helps kind of hold your fabric and stuff in place, which is pretty cool. So that's an upgrade on the cutting mat. Now the upgrade on the light board itself, the original ones are laminated acrylic and the backing. These have these little, it's a molded base. So the base, it kind of protects the corners a little bit better. Not the other ones that had an issue with the corners, but it's this one's built more like an iPad. So it's all like inside and condensed, and it's a little more lightweight because we don't have that extra layer. So that's pretty great as well. Now you've also got your cord here, which comes at a 90-degree angle. So it doesn't stick out like the other cords do. So it's nice and secure that way. We had a lot of issues with the cord sticking all the way out, and you would bump it a lot and kind of loosen up where that cord sits in. So now this one's really great because you have this. Oh, look, I just turned it on, and it turns on, guys. The other thing about this one is it's got 4 levels of light instead of the 3 that the original light boards have. So you've got your brightest one. It's hard. It's so hard to tell the different levels on the camera, you guys, but there's 4 different levels of light on this, which is an additional level of light over the other ones. Now, what do you do with it? Like, why do you need the light? So if you do any pattern tracing, if you do applique or anything like that, you can turn this light on and you can trace, right? We all know that we can do that. We can see that, and we can do our tracing on here. The other thing you can do on here is diamond art. You can weed vinyl. You can stamp. You can color. I use them to do like coloring books at night to kind of quiet my brain if I can, and I'll stick it on here because I can keep the Glow Premium next to the bed, and I'll dim it down really low while the hubby's trying to sleep to do my coloring. If I'm angry with him, I'll put it on the higher setting, and hopefully it'll wake him up. Who knows? But you can do your adult coloring books on there. You can do all those kinds of things. But then because it's got this cutting mat here, now you can cut your pieces out right on top. You can use any rotary cutter. You can use any X-Acto knife. So if you do English paper piecing, for example, the thing that I love about it when I do these kinds of things is you can see where the pattern of your fabric will land on your piece. You see that? You see how well that shines through? And I don't have this on the brightest setting, but then you can make sure that you're angled the way you want it to be. The design's going the way you want it to go. And then you can cut your pieces out right on top. You can use any rotary cutter, like I said, just any of your favorites, and you can cut right on there. When you've got your ruler and you're cutting your pieces out, when I was doing our Riley Blake sew-along kits, and we had to cut out 75 million of those little 1.5 by 1.5 inch squares, I was able to do it on the light, and I could line those ruler lines up so quick. And I got through cutting that stuff so fast because I was able to see exactly what I was doing, because the ruler lines will line up with the accurate grid lines that we have here. Now, if you do foundation paper piecing, when you go to fold your pieces over, when you do it on top of here, you can see how much fabric you actually need. So you'll be able to trim it and use less fabric and not get so frustrated when you cut it and then realize you didn't have enough when you go to fold it back. I'm not professional at English paper piecing like Bethany is. So that's, she'd be better to tell you about what she does with it for that. But now, all of those things that I just told you is exactly the same upgrades that our Glow Classic has over our Glow Basic. This Glow Premium 2, the other thing that this one has, and it's really the only difference between the two, but it is a phenomenal difference. This has an internal rechargeable battery. So you can take this off of your power cord and you can use this for about 4 hours on high. This is so great for traveling. This is so great for sitting in front of the TV. You don't have to be tethered to the wall. You can do your tracing on your lap. The story that I like to tell is when it's football season, my husband's a huge football fan. Football seasons, playoffs, Super Bowl, whatever. If it's not my team and I don't care that much, I will do my crafts on my lap while we're watching the game, and the light will last the whole time. I just have to look up and be like, oh yeah, that was cool once in a while, but I can do all this right on my lap and I don't have to have it plugged in. It is so great. Joyce, you're right. It is so great for fussy cutting. It is so great for all of these things. Now, also remember that the deal today is the Glow Premium 2 with the tote bag at 10% off. So the tote bag that comes with it is really great. It is double padded nylon canvas. You have your big pocket here where you put your light board and your cutting mats. And we made it green, guys. How many times do you like lose stuff down in the bottom of your purse because it's dark down there and you can't find your pen, you can't find your rotary cutter? Who knows? We made it bright green so you can find everything. So you can put all your light board and stuff right in there. You've also got an extra pocket here for your patterns and the projects that you're working on. A pocket here in the front for your power cords and everything. It comes with the briefcase handles And it also comes with a shoulder strap that's stuck right here. It comes with the shoulder strap as well. Oh, do you know why it's stuck? Bethany, there's magnets in that pocket. It's stuck in there. So it comes with the shoulder strap as well. And then it has this little piece right here. Now that little piece is designed so if you are traveling with this, you can slide it on a suitcase or a rolly cart. So if you lose all of your arms and you're at a retreat or class or something like that, you can slide that on your suitcase and you can carry it that way. I carry it on the airplane all the time that way. It's really, guys, it's really one of my favorite light boards. I love all of them. It's hard for me to like decide.
I know. It's hard to pick a favorite because I reach for different ones for different things. And this leads us into a question that we got that I wanted to make sure we address. So give me 1 second to find it. Hold on 1 second. Here it is.
Yes, please post any questions that you may have.
Yeah, I'm new and wanting to start doing some applique. Is there one that you'd recommend for that? Honestly, Paula, you can't go wrong with any of our light boards.
Yeah.
I would say if you're wanting to do like I honestly a premium or classic, like the deal from yesterday, the deal from today, both are fantastic for applique. And the reason I'm recommending those is because it's our medium size light board. It's like our most common and most popular size light board. We have one that's bigger and we have one that's smaller for travel and stuff. But this one, mine just turned on. The premium too, what I love about it is the new one comes with, like Melody said, a cutting mat that has a grippy on both the front and the back, where as our older ones had just it on the back. So now our newer ones have it on the front too. So when you're doing applique and you're trying to fussy cut and you're trying to line up your pieces and make sure your pattern on your fabric is going the right direction for the piece and everything, like you're not going to get any movement of your material, your pattern, or anything on the top of this. So whether you choose the Glow Premium 2 or you choose the Glow Classic, both have those new upgraded cutting mats. So you can't go wrong with either one of them. Yeah. And as Melody pointed out, some of the key features is to the premium is that it's you can use it wirelessly. I have mine plugged in because she was dead.
She was worked.
You guys know I'm like the worst at plugging my stuff in, and charging it. That's why I have like 3 flex lights floating around. So when it's charging, let me see if I can change to my overhead camera here. You see how my little light is red? It's red, and you can see it even through the mat. That means it's charging. When it turns green, it's good to go. I could unplug it right now and it would turn on, but it just wouldn't be as bright until it's fully charged. So, when you're done using it, charge it and then maybe store it back in that lovely tote that Melody showed you. But you cannot go wrong with either. Now, Melody's got her magnets out, and
that's the other part about the new ones. About the Glow Classic from yesterday and the Glow Premium 2 from today is there are magnetic plates already built into it.
Yeah.
So you can use the magnets to help hold your projects down while you're working on it.
Which is fantastic for applique. So I just wanted to address that, Paula, because when you start applique, one of the most frustrating things is trying to line up your pieces and get it all cut and tracing the design onto the back and all of those kind of steps that you have to take with applique. And a lot of people are holding it up to the window and doing all of that or up to your lights. And it's hard. This eliminates that problem, and you can cut right on top of it. So you don't have to trace somewhere and then move it and hope it stayed in place. And with these magnets, nothing's going to move. So look at Melody flipping her whole light board over and everything. They're the strongest. I mean, you saw how the handle on the tote got stuck to the bag.
Yeah, because there's magnets in that little pocket. Yeah, it got stuck there. And I thought, oh no, how did it snag in there? But no, it was just the magnets.
It's hard to, you can't lose them. They find everything for you too. So if you drop pins or needles, you'll find it with those magnets.
Yes. Yeah. They're so great. Now the magnets are not included in the special today, but you can add them to your cart and you would get the 15% off would attach to the magnets. So you can get those for 15% off with that holiday coupon. The other item that is so great, especially since we're talking about applique a little bit, is I just want to talk about our tempered glass mat for just a second. It's another add-on item. That doesn't come in the kit, but it's a fantastic one. I've been using this on a Riley Blake sew-along. So it's a great general crafting mat. It's tempered glass. It's treated. Sorry, I am sucking on a thing because I'm afraid I'm going to cough a lot.
You're fine.
The thing that's so fantastic about this for our quilters and sewers is that you can iron on top of the glass. So you can set this glass on top of your light and it will take the heat of an iron. So you are able to iron your seams, your hems, your pieces, your fusible. And if you get that fusible stuck on here, you can just take a razor blade and scrape it off because it won't scratch the glass. Now, the grid on the back is, it's on the back. The grid is screen printed on the back. So when you scrape it off, you won't lose it. I painted a bunch of Christmas ornaments with my grandson and some acrylic paint. We use this as our paint palette. And I was able to just clean it off and just scrape it all off when we were all done.
I like to point out, Melody, that you can use it on top of the mat. But then you get like double rulers. So if you want to take this cutting mat off, you can. And then you just see the one set of rulers. There are little rubber sticky feet on the bottom of the glass mat. And that little rubber sticky foot, these little guys right here, they need to stay on because they give it just enough lift up off of your light board so that the heat transfers out and not down into your light board. So if you ever lose one of these little rubber feet, please get a set, and they're just little stick-on rubber feet. And make sure
you can. They're not special. If you lose one, you can go get them at Home Depot. They're the same kind of things that you put under your chairs and things like that. It's not special. It just needs to be lifted up a little bit.
Might come off, but I just wanted to like make sure that you guys know that there's a reason for those. And that's why we like to kind of call that out. Think of this as like the same glass that your glass stovetops are, right? So it's like heat's in one spot, but it kind of disperses that heat across the area. That's what this is doing. So you definitely don't want to leave this just sitting here on in one spot because it can only go so far, right? And then it'll transfer. So you press and then you move your iron off to the side. I have one of those little like silicone pads that you just sit it on off to the side. So you can use this right on top of your light board and be able to see right through it. Yeah. And it's so nice. It's so for applique, Paula, as we were talking about, after you cut your pieces and you've traced them, then you need to press and fuse everything. This is a great way to do that to make sure everything still stayed in alignment. So this is another add-on if you were wanting to, and can we just say with a glass pressing, like tempered glass mat like this, there, you know, like a traditional ironing board's got cushion. If you need the crispest, like cleanest press, do it on this glass mat. When I do my foundation paper piecing that Melody was talking about earlier, when I fold that over, I want to get the crispest, like sharpest seam and crease. Because then all of my points when I bring my pieces together are just perfect. When I do press on like something that's squishy, like my pressing table or iron or ironing board, I don't get the crispest, you know, press. Even on a wool mat, I get some squish. And so this is kind of eliminating that. And it just is so, so nice. And it can be used, like Melody said, for so many other things. So
yeah, it can.
Can't go wrong with the glass mat.
It's a great mat to have it. Like we said, it's an additional mat. We do have the question that we always get, is there glass mat for the mini? We do not have a glass mat for the mini. And we have been working on it. The reason is the way Bethany was showing you how when you have your iron on there and you need the space for that heat to dissipate out, the mini size is just too small for that. So we're trying to figure out between the space that we have and the distance from the light board so that the heat doesn't transfer down. If you get too far up, then the light doesn't quite work. Like, we're working on it, guys. We are working on it, but right now there is not a glass for the mini.
The science isn't sciencing enough for us.
The science is not sciencing correctly for us. Our motto around here is never say never. We like to try to figure that stuff out, but right now,
but we want to do it right. And
yes, we have to do it right. We don't want anybody's mini light board to melt. So right now, the tempered glass mat works on the classic, the premiums, and the ultra, not the mini just yet.
We had another question I just wanted to pop up here. She's going to be visiting, she's from the UK, but she's going to be visiting the US for 4 weeks. First of all, happy to have you here and visiting. But we don't ship from our website. If you were to order online, Melody, maybe you can talk about this, but we don't ship outside of the US. Right. But you would just have to send an email to support@cutterpillar.com. However, if you're going to be in the US staying with a friend, and you wanted to order while you're here and have it shipped to a US address and then put it in your suitcase to take it home, that would probably be cheaper.
Yes. Yeah, it probably would be. And listen, all of our stuff travels really well. It's meant to travel really well. It's like the tempered glass mat. It's heavy. It's about 4 pounds on its own, but it's so durable. It doesn't break. And all of our light boards are acrylic based. And so they're not glass. So they don't break either. I travel with this stuff all the time. We travel with these things all the time. It's great to have it in a tote because you've got that extra padding. But these, this size, the classic size and the premium 2 size, I fit in my big suitcase in the tote all the time. Now, I travel with the mini as a carry-on when I travel with the mini.
I do too.
But when I travel with the bigger one, I just put it in my suitcase and it's totally fine. I have also traveled many times with the Ultra as my carry-on. You just have to sweet talk the flight attendants to let you stick it in the closet because it can sit on its side in the bag. And we travel with that one all the time as well.
Yeah. And
unless you have a big enough suitcase.
Yeah, well, and what's great is these light boards, today's deal and yesterday's deal, the classic and the premium 2 both include the tote in that bundle, and that tote's padded, so it's going to protect your light board, and you can put your glass mat in there, and then you can kind of sandwich it into your suitcase, maybe with some clothes on top or whatever, but to keep it nice and safe, and it should be good to go. I know most people travel with a hard shell suitcase these days anyways, and that's also another level of protection when traveling. But having the tote that's padded, whether you're traveling plane, train, automobile, doesn't really matter. It's going to keep it very safe.
Well, because we still have like we're doing our Christmas in July, right? But the summer's not over yet. There's still travel plans happening. I have a big trip planned next month in August before the summer's over. I'm trying to talk Bethany into going to see the Backstreet Boys before the summer's over as well.
I wish I could.
We were on our company meeting the other night talking about it a little bit, and we're trying to get our owners' wives and the two of us to have a meeting in Vegas.
I was like, if we go live, we can expense it, right? And I need you guys to like rally behind that and say yes.
Yeah, if you guys say yes, then maybe we can pull it off. But we're looking at that. But like I said, like this premium is so great for like road tripping, in your fifth wheel, in your camper, sitting at a picnic table at night, all of those things. It's the perfect size to set it in your lap. Like the mini is great. The mini I love so much. It's really small though. It's about 10 by 13. So you can do about an 8.5 by 11 project on there. This is a little bit bigger and it's a little bit more stable on your lap. So when you're working in your lap, this is the size that I like when I'm working in my lap because it kind of covers both of my legs. I can sit and work on it. The mini is about half the size. So they're both phenomenal, guys. It's hard for us. We get that question all the time. Which one is the one to get? And it's such a preference thing. And really, Bethany and I kind of have decided you just need all of them because there's like a reason for each of them.
I mean, you can see right here just the size difference.
Yeah.
And this isn't, and now if I were to put the Ultra up here, it would take up like half this table. It's like to double this size.
Right.
So, I mean, we offer like a big size difference from the mini to the premium and classic to the Ultra. That's the biggest. And so again, like I reach for different ones for different reasons. So for example, and as someone had just mentioned, they love the premium too, because they can take it wirelessly. They can sit at the table with everybody else and do their little project. They don't have to be plugged in. So that's great. And it's great for like when I'm doing projects in here in the studio, because then I can demonstrate stuff really easily, but it doesn't take up a huge, large space. My Ultra is like, if I am tackling a project, I am diving in, I'm setting up a station, I'm committed to this project for the next few hours or even days to finish it because it's got a lot of pieces I need to do. That's my ultimate workstation. And so my Ultra will have half side cutting mat, half side glass mat. I can cut and press and cut and press and sew and press and cut and press. It's all right there. And I do that in my bigger sewing room. Now my little mini here, I take this when I go to my sewing club every month or a little sewing retreat. I like to do foundation paper piecing. And when I'm sewing with other people, I'm usually not able to spread out. And so I have my one little area for my machine, but I need my place to like cut stuff. And I don't want to have to keep getting up and walking across the room to the cutting table that other people are using. So I'll take my mini and I set it in my lap and I'll sew, and then I can cut, because foundation paper piecing, I'm usually doing really small pieces.
So small,
I can do that, and it's just sitting, and it's perfect for right in my lap. So again, they all have different purposes for me. If I feel like it's just your first light board, Premium 2 or the Classic that we had on sale yesterday that's still on sale, that is probably the size to start with, because you'll probably get the most use out of that size, because it's easy to take places, it's easy to set away. You can do a lot bigger pieces on it than you can the mini. But again, like once you start, maybe you don't travel, so the mini doesn't really make sense for you, but the Premium or Classic does. Maybe you do travel, and then you're like, okay, well, I love my Premium, but I want one to take on the go. And that's where this comes into play. So it's really personal preference. They all function the same in the sense they have a translucent cutting mat. They all light up. They all can be used with magnets.
They all have multiple levels of light. They have all the things.
They all have,
you can't go wrong, really.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with any of them. But we will encourage you to have them all. It's fine. We encourage you to have them all. There's different reasons for all of them. That's totally, listen, if you guys need you want someone to call me and I'll be the one that said it's okay, we can do that. That's fine. Joyce had a question about the glass mat. So the glass mat that we have right now is about twice as big as the mini.
Yeah. Let me hold those two up. Where did I put my glass mat?
So listen, I will tell you right now, officially, we do not recommend using that glass mat on the mini, because it's too big. And then those little feet, the glass mat ends up resting right on top of the mini instead of.
I'm just going to hold this.
Yeah. So instead of lifting it up off.
See how much bigger the glass mat is all the way around? It is, the feet are out here. Okay. Right. There is nothing separating my light board from my glass mat right now. So that heat is not just going to go out here. It's going to go down into my light board. There's no gap of protection.
Right.
So we do not recommend it. You can have your mini and your glass mat sitting side by side, but I wouldn't put, we say this all the time. We do not recommend putting your glass mat on top of your mini. We are not responsible for damages, because we say that all the time.
Yes.
So we do not recommend.
We cannot recommend that. You listen, if you figure out how to jerry rig something so you can lift it up around it and whatever, that will be on you. But
honestly, side by side and you're fine.
Side by side.
Okay. Like, just protect your investment with your light boards. And this is just, out of all of them, we've got so many light boards. This is just the only one. Okay. That I would not, because of how small it is, I would not use it with your glass mat. I will not. If I won't do it, I usually say you probably shouldn't either. And I'll try just about anything.
Bethany will do anything.
I always like to push the limits of products. I've always, helped produce products and product testing. I love doing all of that. And my goal, my job when I do that is to push the limits to the breaking point, so we know how far we can go with it. And this is one of those where I'm like, you can't, you just shouldn't. So I know everybody loves their mini, and I do too, but it's not the right.
Yeah, it's just not for that.
We have so many other light boards that you can use it with. So
yes. Good. We appreciate that, Lori. I love that they start on the highest setting as well, and you can dim it down. I think that's fantastic. Thank you for that comment also. And yes, Joyce, the glass is totally okay to use on top of the tabletop. I will tell you, it's funny, when I was working on my Riley Blake stuff, our sew along that we did last week and earlier this week, I set up in my dining room, because I don't have a dedicated craft space yet at my house, because I turned my craft room into what my husband calls magazine room that he's not allowed to go in. And it's cute, and I didn't want stuff to be messed up in there. So anyway, I was doing it in the dining room. I had the ironing board set up next to me, the actual ironing board set up next to me while I was sewing, and I was trying to press the stuff as I went along. And I was like, no, like I put the glass mat on my ironing board.
Yeah.
And ironed it that way so I could get those really crisp seams.
I've actually put the glass mat on a wool pressing mat, because the wool pressing mat is nice and flat. It's pretty firm. But then if I don't want to put my glass mat on my light board that I'm using, because I'm using it to cut with, I'll set it on top of this. That's exactly what I was doing. So yes, I was ironing during our sew along on Tuesday with it on the tabletop, because I had the mini next to me that I was trimming things with.
And so, yes, by all means, the tabletop is totally fine. The heat doesn't transfer down, it transfers out because of the way that the glass is treated. So it's totally fine to do all that stuff. Please let us know if you guys have any other questions.
These are great questions today, by the way.
Yes, we appreciate it so much. We're enjoying our Christmas in July that's going on. I'm going to dim my light down a little bit. I feel like I'm spooky.
You could tell ghost stories with your light board.
With your light board. You can do that.
Can't wait for spooky season. So quick recap.
Yes.
The bundle today is 10% off of the Glow Premium 2 light board and tote together. But if you use the code HOLIDAY at checkout, you'll get an extra 15% off. So it's up to 25% off these two items. While you're over there, as Melody mentioned, you can add a pack of the magnets to be able to use those with this because it's got built-in magnets. You can also add that glass tempered mat to use this as well. And those will still get that 15% off with that code, correct, Melody?
Yes, they will. Yep.
So you'll still get a discount on those add-ons as well, but you'll get an extra discount because this is already marked down 10%, yes. And then you add the coupon code on top of it. So you get a little extra discount on these two items. So if you're ready to start applicating like Paula, this is a great bundle to start with. And remember, this one is the one that you can use without being plugged in and it'll still turn on. Unless you're like me and you forget to charge it. And
unless you forget to charge it and then you got to wait a little while. But that's the thing. That's the thing, guys. That's not easy to remember because we have several different light boards, but any light board that
rotate them.
Yeah, I do too. Any light board that says premium, the premium are the ones that have the battery. Any of the other ones do not have batteries. The premium light boards have batteries.
Hence the reason
both of them, the original premium and the premium 2, both do have batteries in them. So either of those batteries you can use off the power cord about 4 hours. So great for classes and retreats and things when you never know how much light you're going to have. You never know how much plug-in space you're going to have or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cindy, you're going to need and love the glass mat. But thank you for seeing us at a quilt show. I love that. I get to do quite a bit of quilt show traveling and it's so much fun for me. So
yeah. Well, and I also one thing I love is, people get one thing from us, but then they realize all of our products are really meant to work together.
Yeah.
So people will typically get a light board, then they'll add a tote, and they'll add some magnets or a glass mat, or I don't know, what are some, a clamp light, or, there's so many tools, flex lights, all of our tools are meant to be used in the same space that you're using them in for different purposes to elevate your experience, make it easier, make it more enjoyable, have better results of whatever you're creating. And so, I know it can be a little overwhelming sometimes to see all the goodies that we have on our website and figuring out what's the right fit for you. But once you dive in, then you'll start playing with it and you go, oh, that glass mat would go well with my premium light board and my tote. And you can tote both the light board and the glass mat in this tote at the same time with your magnets and your project and your pattern. So you're definitely going to be set up for success. You cannot make a bad decision. Truthfully, you cannot. I have all of the goodies. Melody has all the goodies. We love all the goodies. We can't say there's a favorite out of any of it because they all just work so well together for different reasons. And we reach for them all the time.
They really do. I just texted the team because I don't know if they sent us over a winner for today.
Oh, they didn't.
So I didn't see one. So I just texted them to see if we could get a winner for today, because that is the other thing, you guys, for our Christmas in July that we are, so Sandra had a question.
Did you see Joyce's comment? It's like Lay's potato chips. You can't just do with one.
I think that's very true, Joyce.
And now I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. That's great. Yeah. Excuse me, guys.
Bless your heart. I feel so bad for you.
Oh, I thought I was okay, but I'm not great, but it's okay. Sandra, yes. So the additional 15% discount code HOLIDAY is available for all CutterPillar products on the website. If it's not working on a specific thing, please let us know. There might be a glitch. There's been a couple of glitches and we would love to fix that if there's something that it's not working on. But yes, you should be able to use that on all CutterPillar products. But if you guys go to the webpage that Bethany was showing earlier, maybe she can bring that back up again. Where it shows all of our daily things. At the top of that, if you register, then you are registered for giveaways as well. And so we're doing random giveaways throughout.
So if you go to CutterPillar.com, this top banner right here is what you're going to see. And if you click on that, it takes you to our entire Christmas in July landing page. And we have a registration. Now, we're not going to do a giveaway every single day, but at random we will. And so we have a giveaway that we're going to try to do today if we can get our team to send us a winner from the registration list. We don't see the registration list, so it's a surprise for us too.
Our web team gets that, so we don't always see it.
That side of it.
So they're pulling a right now. But this is the thing, Bethany. What should we give away?
I mean, that's up to you, Melody. You're the sick one today. I'll let you have the fun and pick.
Okay, so today, you know what? It's a holiday here in Utah.
It is a holiday, and nobody's there to tell you can't do anything. So
nobody is here. I am the only one in this entire office building. I swear, I'm the only one in the entire office building.
And I'm the only one always here at my house. You know, if you guys watch us before, you know Melody and I love to go rogue.
We do love that
all the time.
We do love to go rogue. So, you know what? Let's do it. Let's dive all the way in and go rogue. So today, our winner that our web team is pulling from our registration. Now, listen, if you registered any of the days, you are in the registration list. Like, you don't have to do it every day. Like, it's the whole list. They're pulling one right now. And let's give away, let's just give away today's
bundle. Yeah.
So the winner today is going to be the Glow Premium 2 and the tote bag together. So
where did you message them at?
On our G chat. Okay. I have a winner.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
going to let you pop it up and let us know.
Well, I can't pop it up. I don't have any computer access.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. So our winner for today that is going to get our bundle for the day is
the Glow Premium 2 and the tote.
The Glow Premium 2 and the tote is Jana Elliott from San Francisco, California.
Nice. Congrats, Jana.
If you are here, Jana, congrats to you. If you're not, we will reach out to you via email to get your address to ship off the prize for today.
And you said Chicago?
San Francisco.
Oh, well, I was way off.
You were about half a country off.
Sorry.
But that's okay. That's okay. So that's so fun. I know Janet's been on here a bunch. I'm not sure if she's on here today, but we've seen her quite a bit. So that's so great. So we are going to send Jana that. So make sure you guys register for the giveaways for the event, because we'll be back tomorrow as well. And
this is her. Holy smoke. That is me.
Yay. Oh, it is. Okay. Yay.
Jana, we've been calling you Jenny. Sorry.
This whole time. Ginny. We're sorry. We have been calling you Ginny. Congrats.
We just never know with YouTube handles, you know, so we try our best. But congratulations on that. We will, if you could do us a favor and send Melody an email right here, Melody with 2 E's at CutterPillar.com. Include your name, your address, and that you won the bundle for today with the Glow Premium and Glow Premium 2 and tote. She'll get that sent off to you, and congratulations. And happy Christmas Eve in July, since it's the 24th.
It's the 24th. Happy Christmas Eve in July. And Pioneer Day is the Utah holiday today, where everything is shut down. It's quiet. Driving to work was pretty quick this morning, so it was all nice and quiet.
Jenny, and we know it's Jana now, but I'll probably still call you Jenny. But
we probably will forget again, because that's what you see when you see that. That's what your brain tells you to say when you see the name.
It is. But congratulations, we're happy for you. And you know, this is the part of like how you just proof that you show up, you hang out with us, you register for these things, and you never know what can happen. And we have people that win stuff from us all the time.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Yay, that's so great.
It pays to play.
just to do a couple of housekeeping things before we let you go today. Go to our Facebook page, join our Caterpillar's Creation Hub Facebook group. We would love to see you there. We love to get feedback there. We love to see projects everyone's working on there. I was going to quilt my thing yesterday, but I didn't. I stayed in bed most of the day. So
I still haven't quilted mine either.
Okay, good. Then I don't feel as bad. So we're working on those still. Our
Maybe
Riley
this
Blake
weekend.
our Riley Blake Pretty Petal sew along that we just finished on Tuesday. We do still have a couple of those kits left. So if you want to go get those kits, you can watch the sew along, the lovely, amazing tutorials that Bethany provided us, and the tips and tricks to get through all of the things. She made it feel like I can actually machine quilt now because I've never thought that I could. And so I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see how that goes.
You've got this. I'm going to drop a link to that in the chat. For anybody who wants to pick up. We only have a few left. We're not restocking this. Once they're gone, they're gone. But that Sew Along is a 3-part series. We started it last week on Tuesday and Thursday. We finished it up this week on Tuesday. They are longer lives, but it's recorded. You can go back through and watch it. Even if you're not doing the kit, man, there were a lot of tips about quilting. Everything from how to cut and prep your material to piecing to making a quilt sandwich and quilting it and even binding it. There's a lot of helpful information in there. So, but I'm going to drop a link in the chat for this, right? Because it is, y'all, if you haven't, can I hold mine up? One of them?
Yeah, please.
I haven't quilted it yet. It's still just a quilt sandwich. So if you haven't watched our live sew along, you've missed it. But y'all, it's so pretty.
It's so cute.
And it's big.
It's really big. It's really big. It's like
I'm
75 inches long.
As a bed runner on the end of my bed because my kitchen table is round and small, and we just use it to catch boxes and stuff in and out the door. So
me too on my kitchen table. Delivery boxes, mail, things like that. Yeah, it's. I'm probably going to hang it off the back of one of the sofas in the living room. I think
it would be beautiful on the back of a sofa.
Sticks out. I think I'm going to do that with my
idea
because mine is not quite as big as it's supposed to be because I sewed it all a little bit off, but that's okay.
A little extra seam allowance, and by the way,
a little extra seam allowance.
Mine looks bigger because I have my batting and everything really big. It'll trim down, but it ends up being I think a little over 6 feet long and like 2.5 feet wide. So I mean, it's big, but you don't have to make it that big. We have quite a few people that bought it that are making it, and they're like, actually, they're like cutting it in half. I'm going to make 2, or they're going to make a smaller table runner and then use the extra blocks to make like placemats or whatever, like different sizes. So it's just very repetitive block over and over. You make the same block 21 times. And so it's really good practice. It's great like piecing practice for beginners. It's very forgiving because once you put it all together, it's kind of busy. You're never going to notice that if your points are a little off or anything like that, because some of mine are. I mean, some of mine
are super off, and it was so great when it's all put together. Now mine's all put together, same as yours, in a sandwich, not quilted yet, but I can't tell so much, so I'm really happy about that.
Someone said the other day, if you can't see your mistake from a galloping horse, don't worry about it.
I loved that. Was the best thing that I've heard. That was so great.
Because like, unless you're entering it into a contest at a fair or an expo or something like, no one's going to be going up to it with a magnifying glass. And honestly, if you put it on your table, you're going to put other stuff on top of it for decoration. Or if you put it across the back of your couch, at least at my house, I would have a biscuit laying across the top of it because she loves to sit across the top of the couch.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm talking about her, so she woke up. But anyway, I dropped a link to the kit. It's absolutely beautiful. If quilting intimidates you, this is a great way to start because it is repetition. It comes together easily. And the sew along was extremely thorough. So probably one of the most thorough sew alongs I've ever done, but it
was so great. Listen, it's the first quilt top I've ever completed. And Bethany made me feel like I could do it. I used to garment sew all the time, so I know, sort of how to sew. But it was the first quilt top I've ever done. And so I'm really glad about it. But so go check that out, you guys. Come back tomorrow. We will have another Christmas in July special to show you. And then we're taking the weekend off, but then we'll be back Monday through the 31st next week with a new product every day again.
And we will be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Central if you're in Central Time like me, or 3 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out with us Friday afternoon. And we'll wrap up our first week of Christmas in July, and then we'll take a break over the weekend because Melody needs to get some rest, and my son turns 19 this weekend. So we got a birthday
happy
to
birthday,
celebrate.
Brock. Happy birthday, Brock.
I know. And then next week we'll be back on Monday for more lives to wrap up the end of July. So we're excited.
So thank you guys all again for joining us, and we will hopefully see you all again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.